Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. I'm the MysteriousJG, and we are tracking down all the magical spells and techniques that we've missed up to this point in the game, leading to the final thing that we didn't quite get, or that we haven't gotten yet because we haven't been to that dungeon yet, Wither. So, we need to get down, like, directly south of where we are right now. On the other side of this, like up the top of that cliff. Because now, in order to make this a little bit less ridiculous, I've got maps open of the handful that are still left to figure out. But one of them is in the Tomb of Wraithwall, so I'm really annoyed with myself that we didn't already find it. It's Shades of Black, which would have been really cool earlier in the game to have. And now it's kind of like, eh. But at one point when MP was kind of, because without using MP, you just, there was Float by the way. Without using MP, you just get like a free magical attack. It's just randomly selected, so that's pretty cool, right? Now with all these really high-end magics we've got, but also with the fact that our black mage is so leveled up, it's probably more useful to just be able to choose whichever black magics we want. Because we're not running out of MPs that much. And now we've got access to a store where we can buy high ethers. So this is something that we might never use, but it sure would have been useful earlier in the game if I'd gotten it. And now I'm just being a bit of a completionist here. But after we get done here, we'll be going after other stuff. Yeah, I just want to cut straight across all this. Eventually, at the last possible second, get kind of stuck. And now we're going to be teleporting to the Ogre Yenza Sand Sea. And here, primary tank complex. We just missed a treasure chest. It's 100% spawn. And it's all the way up here. So it's really far away. But the the teleport crystals and the airships don't really give you like alternate interesting access points. They're pretty much just two game mechanics to get you to the same place. And the airship, they don't do a very good job story-wise of explaining why the airship is just gone for so freaking long. So these enemies are well and truly giving us nothing for experience. This is completely not worth the time it takes to fight them. So this would be another one where the treasure chest, not the treasure chest, the floor traps are really the only thing that could potentially be a pain in the butt. Oh man, it took a while to load. I was wondering if there was some plot thing that we had missed the first time through that I just unlocked by taking that particular path. We're getting 10 chain. We're getting a nice chain against these guys. Explosion traps apparently not as nasty as the palisade traps that we've been getting more recently. I do recall this as being a place where it was easy to get really high combo meter. Alright, well thanks to the magic of running really quickly, it's not going to be as bad to get through all this as I was afraid of. We're occasionally getting full heal, which is nice, I suppose. Echo herbs, whatever. Send people got you, did they? That's not directly a reference to Star Wars or A New Hope, as we're supposed to call it now. That's a reference to my mom and Star Wars: A New Hope simultaneously. Me and Bobo was just youngins. Our big sister had this notion that we would do like a Star Trek. We had our own like audio Star Trek adventure where we voiced characters, or Star Wars adventure. And my mom played Obi-Wan for like one scene. And she said, "Send people got you, did they?" And it was just adorable. Okay, so hiding over here is the treasure chest that gives us Reflect. Huzzah. Now we're going to the Tomb of Wraithwall to get Shades of Black. Reflect, by the way, not useless, I would think. There are tactics that you can use Reflect for. The biggest issue with Reflect is that you need to have your healer using an item that penetrates Reflect if you use Reflect to avoid enemy attacks. But there are such items, and we have enough of them, that it wouldn't be that big a deal. You could have a Reflect-based strategy, except that a lot of the really high-end bosses ignore Reflect. Oh, hey, we've got a... I don't know if we've ever actually killed one of these Salamand Entites. What the hell? Let's kill it. I'm sure this would have been unbeatably dangerous at this point in the game. This is actually taking a little time to get rid of even now. Oh, and it broke our chain, so I shouldn't have really done that. And even though that had the fancy pants symbol, I think we just got the regular reward that you would get from only having a chain level of 1 since we broke the chain. That is the wrong... No, wait, that's the right way. Never mind, that is the way I want to go. Okay. Yeah, but this in the Tomb of Wraithwall, I mean, I could... Have I mentioned yet this is skippable? Until we get done recollecting, or going back for these old items we missed, all of this is entirely skippable, by the way. Where is the, See, this looks a bit like that place that we fought, a hidden, special hunt, but it is not. Yeah, all this is quite skippable until I decide to go to the Pharaoh Subterror. Then again, this could be the video where we get there, depending on how long it takes me to clear this. But the Tomb of Wraithwall is the one where it's like, yeah, even if the enemies are easy, there may be puzzles that I'm like, oh crap, I have to like resolve this puzzle real quick to advance. Because it was a major story dungeon at the time. Okay, so we are going the right way. Yeah, alright, let's just get down. Get out of here. Oh, wait, oops, this wasn't the way to go. I actually mean... Oh, never mind, it was. Oh, yeah, no, I actually... Okay. Whatever, this works too. I didn't go the right way, as I'd originally planned, but then I'm realizing, oh yeah, it doesn't matter because... This is a handy thing where, even though I was complaining about this before, you actually do get an anchor spot that's a little different. You still sad about those dead guys? It's rare to see any flower. Treasure indeed. Okay, never mind. He's talking about that special quest item we got that would allow us to... Flower's not yet buried. Allow us to defeat that one boss easier, even though we didn't bother with it. Yeah. So we'll save our game and we'll use the airship, I guess, to get to the Tomb of Wraithwall, if it will let us. I guess we're going to find out. Otherwise, I guess we're using the airship to get to some place that's got a teleport crystal. So yeah, the Tomb of Wraithwall will be right at the end of that sucker. Like right before the boss. Apparently I missed a treasure, so shame on me. Let me double check and make sure I didn't... When I was compiling my list of stuff I missed, I didn't just mess up, and I actually do have it. Shades of Black, it was called. Because I remember Larsa had it, but I guess he just has it, whether you actually went out and found the license properly or not. That son of a bitch, we can't get to the... Can't get to the Tomb of Wraithwall that way, huh? Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that... Although from a gameplay perspective, like in the game lore world, kayfabe land, as it were, this is a huge waste of time. We're going to fly all the way to Rabanastre, just because in Rabanastre, I believe the teleport stone and the... anchor are right next to each other. Oh, no, they're not. No, when you fly to a town, you end up in the, Okay, that actually wasn't as efficient as I thought. But, whatever, who cares? We're still... we get to listen to the awesome Rabbinaster music, which, believe me, I enjoy more in this game than I did in the PS2, when like you were constantly going back and forth looking for quest characters, and every trip, when you didn't have the option of running at 4 times speed, going back and forth across Rabbinaster looking for like different quest people, you heard this song, which is quite a pleasant, fun little piece of RPG music, but not that long, and you hear it all the way through many, many more times than you do when you have the option of running at quadruple speed. This is very much a game where I think it would be weird if, like, out of the box you had the power to speed stuff up to this extent. But it feels more natural in a, a remake mode where it's like, oh, nostalgia, I'm going to play this old game, but I'm going to skip through some of the slower bits of it. But this is very, very much... Have I mentioned before how much easier it is to deal with this game based on the fact that, like, you can skip past some of this crazy nonsense? Yeah. So... hopefully some of these puzzles... If some of these puzzles stay solved to the point where, like, we went to the trouble of activating teleporters, and now that they're activated, we can just touch the teleporter and it's all good already, then great. Otherwise, we've got a lot of retracing our steps to do. Crap, this is the problem. Don't know now how to do this. Because this is going to take me up here. Might be that if I touch that one that I started at, like, it goes back and forth between the entrance and there, like, once I've activated all those things. Maybe this one now takes us to the end. Otherwise, I'm not real sure how we get back to the Cloister of Flame, which is where we need to be. Yeah, crap. Okay, this could be a bit of a problem. I feel like you're supposed to activate multiple switches. This might involve Googling. How do I actually get back there after I've cleared the story? Yeah, I'm teleporting back and forth between zones. That you had to get all the way here and touch that, and that was the shortcut back to the center. Because at the center, once you've done all these various quest things, you get a path forward. But now the path forward doesn't seem to be showing up. If I go up those stairs... No, that's the exit again. Okay, maybe instead of, like, fussing with this for 10 minutes, I'm gonna just look up. How do I re-enter the Cloister of Flame? Maybe I need to come at it from here. Maybe if I go through the ancient door, then that thing can be a path to the Cloister of Flame. Or maybe that has nothing to do with it. I mean, I do remember this part. This is where we fought Death Ball. And there was a, like, you must beat this version of it. It is mandatory. And there was another, like, this is an optional boss version, which was significantly tougher, as you'd expect. Alright, let's cut to the chase here. Re-enter Cloister of Flame. This. This is not working well. Because apparently there's like 8 Final Fantasy games that have a room called the Cloister of Flames. Okay. The quick cutscenes that takes place when you enter the cloister. The stone block in this room will now lower all the way to the floor, allowing you to travel to the next area. I think I'm going to have to redo some stuff. I'm supposed to be touching some magical thing. Alright, so there'll be a certain amount of puzzle resolving to do. Oh, well. But at least with the teleporting, I can probably zoom right to the place where I have to do whatever and not... Even if I had to fight my way through the enemies, I'd just be running at 4 times speed, re-navigating to these places, but, the issue is going to be, yeah, trying to remember where the hell they are. Yeah, this is annoying, guys, because I can't even figure out how I'm supposed to get back in there now. I mean, it was a bit more straight. Like now that I've already cleared everything out, it's tough to tell what sequence I was supposed to be doing things in order to get here. This might be a more haste, less speed situation, too. As I zoom through this, am I going to miss a thing that I'm supposed to be interacting with to get the plot as it was at this point in the story to re-initiate? I remember, like, you know, you stood on something on the floor, or like you pressed glyphs type of deal. Was it this thing? I don't know, I keep coming up to things that seem like they might be it, but maybe this is it. Maybe it was just hidden passagey stuff. Okay, yeah, that's all it was. That's not that big of a deal. Alright, my bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So somewhere in all this I missed a treasure. It was all the way up here. How did I miss this? Shades of Black. Enjoy your infamy. Velveteen Dream. Sorry. That would be Fade to Black. Now I can come back here to where we fought our first Esper. Boy, those heady days, eh? Oh, speaking of fighting our first Esper, did I ever assign the last Esper license? I think between video, I was talking about who was going to get Zodiac. I never gave it to anybody. Oops. Alright, that's right, because I was going to do some reading on Ultima Weapon and whether I gave a shit about it, and I never did. Renew. I do not remember what Renew does, but it... Durandal and Simha, I don't think I care about. Infuse, I don't care about. 1,000 Needles, I don't really care about. Ragnarok. Oh, I was going to read about Ragnarok and how powerful that is. Okay, I can do that between videos. But yeah, it was between Ragnarok and what? Might have been between Ragnarok and Renew. So it doesn't really seem like, other than the fun factor of Pinello having access to Zodiac. She'd get a Claymore. I do not care about that. I'm pretty damn... That's Great Swords 1. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I don't care about that. Okay. It's a matter of Renew versus Ragnarok, and which one's more useful. Okay, I'll check that out between videos. But for now, we can start making our way towards the exit of this place. And maybe I'll let this one go just a little short and actually go save right outside of the... Oh, I didn't mean to read inscription. I just meant to touch the waystone. But we'll go to the Pharos lighthouse, whatever, again, and hang out at the entrance and be ready to go. Or I could just... I don't know, do I need to stall for time and get a full 30 minutes out of this? Is there anything else that I could be doing in the next 10 minutes? Slightly less than 10 minutes? Bobo's not watching this series. I know he's one who's always commented on, hey, 20-minute videos. I'm okay with it. The Pharos at Rinron. I could have you guys get a sneak peek to the exciting thought process that is me trying to figure out whether I care about Ragnarok. So, okay. Desperately skippable now, guys. But let's read about Ragnarok. FF. I accidentally did FF11 Ragnarok. Let's switch that to FF12 Ragnarok. Okay. Ragnarok is a great sword from Final Fantasy XII. It has a chance of inflicting Immobilize. That's not bad. It's obtained from the XII hunt. Oh, never mind. I'll already be able to get... Oh, no, it's the license that would become available. Can only be used by the Knight and the Red Battle Mage, although the latter must use Zodiac. Ragnarok is a red great sword with the dragon design. It may be intended to look similar to the red Ragnarok airship from Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, whatever. And then what is... So that's kind of like... it does immobilize on hit. It would probably be the most powerful weapon, although it wouldn't be ranged, but it would probably be the most powerful weapon that Bosch has. Although Bosch, since I'm kind of using him as like a spellcaster... it's nice for him to have a ranged attack, so he's not like right on top of nasty enemies when other characters are more like the tank. Let's do Final Fantasy XII Renew. What? No, it's not Renew. What is it called? Crap. Got the name wrong. He would be getting access to... Not Renew. No, it is Renew. So how come this is showing as an enemy ability? I'm really confused. Fully restores hit points. I guess I could just look it up in the game's own menu. Renew. Fully restores HP of all allies in range. That's pretty useful. So let's see here. Just finishing the video at this point, guys. If I were to use Ragnarok instead of Tournesol, do I even have a Ragnarok blade anywhere? I may not actually have one. I'm not sure how you get it. Okay, I don't actually have one, so it's not like I can just equip him with it immediately. Its attack is 109. And so I'll get it from the XII hunt, which I haven't done yet. The question is whether or not I need Balthier to be able to do full heal on everybody in one single turn. So it's got 117 attack power. What weapon is Bosch using now? He's got the Zeus mace. That's a lot less attack power, but he's only doing that because I wanted to have a shield in the battle against Zodiac. Otherwise, I would have him using the Artemis bow, which has 94 attack power and range. On hit KO, on hit poison. You know what? It feels like I wouldn't have him using it anyway, because I prefer him using ranged. So it adds immobilized, which is fine and all, but screw it. Let's give it to Balthier. It would be kind of fun to give it to Pinello just for the hell of it, but the one who makes sense to have it is Balthier for what it gives him. Which is, it makes him have a really high-end white magic healing spell. And I believe it gave him nothing else. Yep, there you go. Alright, so we finished out the video just like that. So, when we come back next time, guys, we will be ready to dive into a brand new dungeon. I will finally have a video that I won't be labeling skippable right off the bat. And it will be a video, I probably will be going back and forth trying to make sure I get this technique. But, hey, at least it'll be a new dungeon. I'm the MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, particularly those of you who watched the last 3 totally skippable videos. And I'll catch you all next time for a slightly less skippable video. Bye-bye.